set? Cool.
Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? Matt from Hartke here, and I am here with Frank Bello from Anthrax. We are going to be, he's scooping up some pie. We're going to be talking everything about bass, music business, rigs, tech, gear.
And blueberry pie.
And blueberry pie. How's it going today, Frank?
It's going good. You guys are buying me tea, blueberry pie, black and white. I'm good.
We
Everything's
spared
good.
very little expense. All right. So, Frank, I've always wanted to ask you, where do you think, because I know that you talk with a lot of kids, with Little Kids Rock and a couple of different organizations, where's a good starting point when you want to learn about prog, metal, and hard rock?
Well, what I do, I always go back to where I was when I was younger, a long time ago. I look at the people on stage, whether it be Kiss, all the people I grew up with, Cheap Trick, all those great bands back in the day, and I'd say I wanted to do that, so I got a bass. It was a really cheap bass. And all you can do is just try to emulate what they do and just try to copy. They used to have these things called records, vinyl. I used to put it on.
That's brand new now.
And now it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's a brand new thing again. You'll see it's going to come around big time. So I just used to keep playing over and over. I used to play the same song over and over and just try to play like they did. Even though I didn't know how to play. I didn't know how to play, but I would just try to copy like an A note, just crank one note at a time. And if you really want to do it, the drive, because my drive it's still there. It's something you have to do. And I just think little by little, and I tell a lot of kids in my clinics, if you want it, go for it. There's nothing to stop you. Instead of the video games, look, I have an 11-year-old over there, my son, who plays video games. I would love to get him on a guitar, but right now it's not there yet. But I'm trying to turn kids and younger generations onto music, and the only way to do that is you have to start somewhere. So just holding a guitar. My big thing in my clinics is to get a bass into their hands. If I could take my bass off and make the best, you know what the best thing about my clinics is? When I take my bass off and put it on any kind of young student or person that has never done it before and see their face for the first time and they're freaked out, that for me is everything, because that's the beginning of it all. So if there's a beginning, it's all about just doing and not thinking. Just doing, and I think there's too much thinking out there. Just do.
Yeah, you know, when you're saying that, it almost makes me think that could be a danger now, right? We have all the music in the world available to you at once now.
It's intimidating.
Back in the day, you get your Anthrax album, and that's what you got. You got that for the next month, and you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of choices out there. Look, let's face it. In this world that we're living in now, I've been doing this a while. Music, unfortunately, just isn't as important to mainstream people in society as it used to be. There's a lot of distractions out there. There's videos, and video games are huge now, which is great. I love video games too, but it's just not as important as it used to be. So to hone it in, it's got to be, something's got to attract the people to get to play an instrument. So I think that's really important. That's why I like doing clinics. That's why I like going in the front line of just telling people how it's easier than you think, and don't make it so complicated. It's really important.
When you're playing, when you're touring or recording with Anthrax, do you have any memorable guests that you play with besides the guys in your band that really come to mind?
I help the guys in my band, no. No, look, we've been very, very lucky. We've been around 34, 35 years at this point. For my heroes, look, we played with a lot of our heroes. We just played with Kiss again, and there's nothing better than knowing these guys for so many years now. You have to understand, Gene and Paul know me from when I was a fan from 15 and 16 years old, meeting them in front of their management in Manhattan and driving them crazy for autographs. So to see them now, when Anthrax has been around for a while and we've toured with them a lot, have Gene Simmons come up and just singing, and we're taking a picture together. He goes, "Hey, I don't want to be antisocial," and he's pushing me like this, and you know, it's a great thing. So there was a lot of great moments we've had, like the guys in Cheap Trick, these bands that I really love, and to this day grew up with. And look, we're friends with the guys in Metallica. We grew up with them, all that stuff. Grow in this metal scene, the Megadeth, the Slayer. We've been really fortunate, the way I look at it. We work hard, but we've been really fortunate to do what we do. Look, I want to play with everybody. The one band we haven't played with, I'll give you a question. What's the one band I want to play with?
Captain and Tennille.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, okay.
That's easy. And I used my Hartke gear, by the way. It was great. No, I've always wanted to play. Anthrax has never played a show with AC/DC.
Really?
Ever. And that's the one band, that's the one that got away. And we play with just about everybody, and we're very thankful for that. But man, there was one band that you really want to imagine opening for Anthrax, opening for AC/DC. That would be so cool. I want to see it. I'll just watch as a
Make your head
fan.
explode.
I would love that, man. And Axl, I would even do it with Axl, because Axl did a great job, I thought.
Yeah.
When I saw him with him. It
Oh,
was
absolutely,
awesome.
absolutely. You know, on that subject, I think that Anthrax recordings are really, really sonically diverse, especially when you're listening to like the way that the guitars are recorded. I mean, for me, from a production and recording engineer standpoint, listening to like Madhouse versus Monster in the end, like,
Yeah.
going from, I mean, Madhouse sounds like you recorded the guitars in a coffin, and then the wideness of you know Monster in the end. So like, were you ever pressured by your record company to get more like in the box and just stick to an Anthrax sound, or did that ever happen?
You know, it's funny with that question. You get that a lot in your career. We've been around since the '80s, if you think about it, because there's always been a record company signed you. Well, we want you to sound like this, and I have to say, maybe that's just maybe our upbringing for who we are as New Yorkers. We've always said, no, this is us, and we're not doing that. And either you like us or you don't. And we've never ever bent for anybody. If you don't know who you are, you know, don't even try to listen to these corporate guys that are just out for money, really.
Yeah.
And now that look at the record business now.
Yeah,
Look, and there you go. You can see what it's about now. So we've always been ourselves and never listened to anybody, because we are who we are.
Because from album to album, I mean, you can hear some like left turns, like really big stuff, and it's really cool.
I remember the day when even people bring up like don't try this. Even with we did some Beastie Boys stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Some stuff.
I'm the Man.
I'm the Man.
Yeah.
I'm the Man just came out of the three of us being big Beastie. The Beastie Boys were supposed to do that song actually.
Really?
They're the ones that were supposed to do that, but scheduling didn't work. So Charlie Scott and I just went in the studio and did it. For Public Enemy, when we did the Public Enemy thing, people were always worried. They all worried, are you going to mix this rap and metal? All of a sudden, rap metal became huge.
It's huge.
Right? So you never be afraid to try. Man, this is music for a reason. You got to just go out there and go for it. Don't listen to anybody. Anybody, just do your thing.
What contemporaries right now are you really into, or acts that you know you're touring with that you know about?
Let me do a shameless plug right now. Oh, there's this band coming up that they've had a 3-song EP a couple of years back, called Altitudes and Attitude, by this, you know Dave Ellefson from Megadeth?
No.
Oh, well, he's a bass player.
Well, not personally.
He's good. He's a good friend of mine. Well, he plays for this band, Megadeth. We're good friends of mine.
Oh, I've heard
Yeah,
that.
so we do this project together. I'm being facetious about all this, but it's called Altitudes and Attitude, A&A for short, where we have a really good time writing just great, fun rock songs, melodic rock songs, some heavier, some not, just straight out of Dave and I. Jay Rustin producing it. We have a record coming out in 2018 that we're very excited about, and that we're going to be touring that for the first time. It's, I sing and play. I play guitar and sing on that, and Dave plays bass, and we have Jeff Friedel on drums, and it's a really great thing. So it's a 4-piece. So
That's great. So you're making the switch to guitar on that album?
Well, I do. I play guitar,
Okay.
just rhythm stuff, and we have a lead player, and it's just a lot of fun. But it's not metal; it's just rock. So I look forward to doing that. That will be my focus. Aside from touring with Anthrax next year, that will be my focus, and I'm looking forward to that. And we're going to be touring that.
Awesome.
Which will be great.